Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq, with daily insight on the Nasdaq 100 index, or the NDX, which is made up of 100 of the largest domestic and international non-financial innovative companies listed on Nasdaq. The NDX has been the barometer for U.S. large cap growth and also one of the best performing indexes over the last decade and a half, not to mention one of the most liquid index ecosystems in the world. Joining us this Monday afternoon, we have Chris Dearborn, Managing Director on Nasdaq's Market Intelligence Desk, for an update on technical levels to watch in the Nasdaq 100 as stocks trade lower to end the final week of the third quarter of 2022, and September, Chris, clearly playing out for what it's noted for the most volatile month of the year.
Absolutely. It's definitely a pain trade that we're seeing today and all of last week, really since the Fed got out there and just really put a dampener on the markets as a whole. It started back when we look at Jackson Hole and it continued through with the Fed announcement. And what we're looking at here is really just, a free fall of equities as yield on the 2-year and 10-year continue to rise here. So it's really no safe haven for any investor at the moment.
And Chris, let's take a look at your first chart here with some fresh technical levels to watch on the index.
Yep. So the NDX broke support last week that we're looking at. So it broke the 11,710 level, and now we're testing the 11,300 level. That was the second level of support that we looked at last week, and we're testing it right now. The index opened this morning at 11,283, and we saw a nice rally out of the gate, but then the comments out of the Bank of England really didn't do enough to dampen, to really give more to that rally. So we've fallen off since then. Support right now is we have to hold the 11,283, which is the opening, preferably the 11,3000, but below it's tight at 11,169. Resistance at 11,500 and 1175. What's noting at the bottom of the chart, which is very interesting, the relative strength index hit a 29. That's a seriously oversold condition, and we haven't been this low on the RSI, the relative strength index, since January of 2022, the beginning of the year. So that's really something to note, that the oversold condition is hitting that level. This can continue for 1 or 2 days before the markets start to rally again, based off just the technicals here and the oversold condition.
And Chris, your final chart here with the constituents relatively leading the way.
Or not, right? So breadth is basically 3-to-1 losers to winners. Interestingly, we're seeing some strength in some of the consumer names and some of the big boys. Amazon's up. They have announced a new Prime Day for early in October, which could give a little boost there. And then you have Tesla's up on some news. Costco's leading the way, up over 3%, and Airbnb's up 2.5%. On the downside, Meta, Comcast, and Charter are all off. Charter's off about 4%, with Comcast down about 3%.
All right, Chris, appreciate the insight. As always, thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.